all the people on set.
You know what
about
it
their
was?
odors.
He was going commando.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah. So, Arnold farted in her face.
You are.
There it is.
Hell yeah, boss.
Oh, hey!
Oh, yeah.
Good morning and welcome to episode 991 of Hard Factor. It is Wednesday, July 20th, 2022, right? That's
Correct.
Okay.
That is correct.
Thanks, Wes. Thank you for cheating on the news with us today. Mark has a dark roast in the coffee. Is that right?
Usually is. I mean, there's some fun stuff in there. Don't get me wrong. It's not all dark. It's maybe a medium roast if you average
okay.
it out.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
What's a medium? Is that like a Colombian,
Yeah.
It's
Maybe
coffee for pussies, Will.
I don't know.
Venetian
Yeah.
blend or something?
It's not Israeli coffee. That shit will get you going.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, good. Wes has a new segment on deck. Whoa. What's that, Wes?
Sure you do. I'm not even going to tell you. You're going to have to wait to find out.
Look at that.
That's how you do it.
Pat, that's a good tease. Pat has the next super weapon being used in Russia's war in Ukraine.
Yeah,
In
the
the TikTok
tides,
International Moment.
tides might be turning, and someone might owe us an apology.
Usually that's true.
Putin?
Oh, you're gonna have to wait to
Okay.
find out.
All right. So many teases.
I'm always
Uh,
apology.
Yeah, usually whoever's against us owes us an apology.
Oh, I'll
I'm talking about
apologize.
us.
You should be apologizing to me, but I'll apologize to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
To get it done with.
I
That's
just
right.
think, you oppose hard factor hosts.
It's completely
we're
your
right
fault, but I'll
80% of the
apologize.
time. So
Yeah, no, I
play
get
with
it.
fire.
I get it. You're wrong, but I'll apologize.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Right. Our bad. But we were right.
Yeah.
And I've got the World Economic Forum and blotting out the sun to close it out. So
Okay, Bill
real-
Gates.
real dark. Yeah, actually real dark. In fact, I brought a palate cleanser for everybody at the end just because I didn't want to end on that. But yeah,
There was
super
a
dark.
fake
Thank
tweet
you.
going around. You know how Elon Musk said, if you want to lose a boner real quick, and it was the picture of Bill
Yeah,
Gates.
yeah,
with
that's
his
fake.
titties.
I wished it was
There's-
real
yeah.
so bad.
There's a fake one of Bill Gates being like, if you want to lose a boner
Yeah.
real quick, and it was Elon Musk with his pale ass and then like a beluga whale, like an albino whale.
It was a great meme.
Yeah.
It was the ripped whale,
It
whatever
was
that
the
ripped.
ripped whale. Yeah.
The whale.
But it was
that's
a
yeah.
fat version of the ripped whale. It was like I
Yeah.
think that is a beluga.
It
but
is.
It was a chunky beluga. It was
Extra pale beluga.
It was a
I like
Fat
how
Boy
it-
Summer beluga.
Yeah.
I like how God or whatever was like, and I'm gonna give this fish human pecs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
if
a
it stays
kangaroo.
in shape. Because
Kangaroo too.
It's a unit.
Yeah. Units stick together. Units
Summer.
recognize units.
Yeah, unit. Yeah. That whale's
are
a
they still
unit.
using unit? Is that
know.
still a
I don't
thing, or
think
did
so.
unit
Oh, guys
fall off?
guys that aren't units are still using unit big time.
Guys that use unit tend to move quickly to the next fad term.
Yeah.
You know who's a unit? Leonard Fournette. That man's a unit.
He is a unit.
He is a unit.
Oh shit! Look at this, Pat. That's a great segue. Because check this out.
Oh, I take my segues from the king.
Listener
Learn
Evan
from the best.
Listener Evan says, listening to the segment on Leonard Fournette, and you guys are 100% right. I worked for the Jags, an athletic training intern in 2019, and can confirm he always comes back to camp overweight, period. Definitely one of the strongest pound for pound guys on the team. Then I had to help with a blocking drill during practice, and he straight up threw me at least 5 feet with a stiff arm like it was nothing. That's Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, the man gains a few pounds in the offseason, then he works it off at camp. What do you want?
It lets look. Being a solid athlete is a whole body and mind thing, and it lets management know that you really enjoyed yourself. You got it out of your system, and you're ready to focus.
If you stay in shape all 12 months and you're
Yeah.
a psycho.
Well, that's a crazy person's life.
Yeah, you're a
You
psycho.
don't fluctuate weight at all.
Yeah.
Who stays the same exact weight forever? Well, I guess there's some people, but
Always
That's
a
also
good-
what bodybuilders do is they gain weight and
Right.
then they cut.
Mhm.
And then they're just beasts.
variety is the spice of life, right?
Oh,
So you
oh.
got to get a little yo-yo in there once in a while. Come
Always
on.
a good time. You have some good laughs with people that stay in shape 12 months.
Oh, yeah.
12 months a year. It's just a good time.
Right.
And they handle injuries really well mentally.
Mhm.
You guys ready to
And
do
breakups.
the coffee?
Yeah,
Want to
sure.
do some news?
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
All right, we here at Hard Factor like to work smarter, not harder. And one great way to do that is to outsource. As mentioned a week ago, we added a joke of the day and fun fact of the day and Champions Corner thread to our Discord like yesterday, I think, recently.
Oh, nice.
And you can join it by going, you can join any tier in our Patreon at patreon.com/hardfactor, and you'll get access to all those Discord threads. Now, the Discord members can populate the joke of the day and fun fact of the day thread, and if any of the hosts doing the coffee like what they see, we're simply going to steal the material for the price of a shout out, which is more than Carlos Mencia or Amy Schumer would give you. So here we go.
It's a great point.
Yeah. I mean, at least we're giving a shout out, right? So here we go. This one's from Nick M., an original Hive Trip member. Here we go. A man boarded an airplane and took his seat. As he settled in, he glanced up and saw the most beautiful woman boarding the plane. He soon realized she was heading straight towards his seat. As fate would have it, she took the seat right beside his. Eager to strike up a conversation, he blurted out, "Business trip or pleasure?" She turned, smiled, and said, "A little bit of both. I'm going to the annual Nymphomaniacs of America convention in Boston." He swallowed hard, struggling to maintain his composure. He calmly asked, "What's your business at the convention?" She said, "Lecturer. I use information that I've learned from my personal experiences to debunk some of the popular myths about sexuality." And he said, "Really, like what?" And she said, "Well, one popular myth is that African-American men are the most well-endowed men of all, when in fact it's the Native American Indian who is the most likely to possess that trait. Another popular myth is that the Frenchmen are the best lovers when it's actually a man of Jewish descent who are the best. I've also discovered that the lover absolutely with the best stamina is the Southern redneck." The woman became a little uncomfortable and blushed. "I'm sorry. I shouldn't be discussing this with all of you. I don't even know your name." "Tonto," the man said. "Tonto Goldstein. But back home, the boys call me Bubba."
That's a great joke. I've heard it before, but it's awesome.
Tonto.
Tonto getting laid.
So
Yeah.
good.
He's a listener.
It's stereotyping and no one gets hurt. It's really
He's
Yeah,
a
that's
listener,
amazing.
exactly.
Yeah.
This joke's an Illinois
Well,
special.
it's a positive stereotype, right?
That's right.
You're
Big
doing
dicks
all
and-
great
yeah.
traits, and then somebody's trying to emulate it, right?
That's right. Wonderful lovers,
that's in play.
stamina. This joke's an Illinois special, so I will aid with a picture. And this won't be the first or last billionaire I'm going to shit on doing this pod. And I think Will's going to maybe shit on some billionaires later. Is
Oh,
that
I think
correct?
we've got billionaires throughout. in this
Okay,
one.
perfect. That's what we do here. We shit on billionaires because we're not scared. Just remember, this joke came from our guy, WFSMP847, if you want to come after him, billionaire. He's been sending the car forever and claims he heard it from a FedEx truck driver. So here we go. Billionaire heir, whose family owns the Hyatt and current governor of Illinois, J.B. Pritzker, here he is, got lost campaigning out in the suburbs. He stopped at a gas station to fill up when he asked a bystander for directions how to get back to 294. And the man told him, "How about you lose 50 pounds?
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
he's north of 290.
He's a unit. That's a unit,
That's a
bro.
unit. Yeah.
That's a unit, bro. He's heavy, but he's light on his feet. You see?
Yeah. It's a big boy. J.B. Pritzker, billionaire. And lastly, a fun fact from Dooley. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, he's just I've looked as a man of heft myself. I've looked at pictures of JB Pritzker a lot and been like, wow, he hates these side angles. He hates these photographers hanging around the edge of the stage, just getting his side profile.
He's one of those guys that's very heavy, but he kind of carries it pretty well. He's definitely north of 290. Lastly, a fun fact from Dooley.
Easily.
The original director of the OG summer blockbuster Jaws was not Steven Spielberg. It was some guy named Dick Richards. And Dick got fired from the incredibly successful film before he got started because he kept calling the shark a whale in all the pre-filming meetings. And the producers were like, "We're not going to hire a guy that keeps calling a shark a whale." So Spielberg stepped in, and the rest was history.
thank God.
Thanks for all the submissions. Keep them coming. We may not do as many per day that I did there. It's going to be dealer's choice. My plan there was just to showcase some good ones day one and encourage the Discord members to get on out there, fill up those threads. All right, let's get.
I'll
to
be
the
watching
news.
you though for any racist jokes in there. I'll be watching.
I
you.
saw it was active in that
Yeah.
thread today. So
Actively racist?
no, I didn't review every joke for racism. That's Wes's job.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be in there. Don't
You
worry.
gotta italicize the racist ones. Remember to put a star.
That's right.
That's
at the front at the
sarcasm.
beginning. That's sarcasm. Racism is sarcasm's cousin. All right, let's talk some honorable mentions today. Sticking with summer blockbuster movies, kind of. Zack Snyder's Justice League became available to own digitally for the first time yesterday, Tuesday, July 19th. Are you familiar with the Snyder Cut? of the Justice League
Yeah, I mean that was out on HBO Max a long time ago, right?
last year. Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, I'll give a quick recap for people not familiar. So Zack Snyder directed the 2017 awful film, The Justice League, which was DC's answer to the Avengers, and it's about a powerful group of DC superheroes that team up
Horrible.
to fight a supervillain similar to the Avengers, but they got like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, the Flash when he's not kidnapping families at his farm, Aquaman, the Green Lantern in the comics, but they ruined that character in movies, so he's not in the movie. You get the idea. So he ended up leaving, Snyder did, towards the end of like the process. I guess there was like maybe a family emergency. His daughter had a medical emergency or something, and he just
Oh
left.
yeah. Do you think you just like fabricate an emergency when you know the movie's a turd and you want to get your name
Well,
off?
no,
of
he
it?
No.
loved his movie. This is different. He loved his movie, and he left. And when he left, he's like, "I'll come back. I don't know when, but you know, my daughter's sick." And he's like, "Here's the first cut." So he left, and the studio heads watched the first cut, and they were like, "This is a turd." That's what they thought. They're like, "This is the worst movie we've ever seen. It makes no sense. It's way too long. And it's convoluted. It's unwatchable." So they just fucking fired him while he was like in the hospital with his daughter, whatever he was doing.
That's
and
terrible.
they brought in Joss Whedon, who had just done the first two Avenger movies, to reshoot and finish the movie, which he like really chopped out a lot and reshot a whole lot. And the rest was history, as Whedon's version that came out in 2017 was widely regarded as one of the worst comic book movies of all time.
Yeah,
An
it's bad.
abomination.
It's horrible.
Yeah. So
The Snyder Cut's better, but I mean the movie overall though, it wasn't ever going to be like an all-time classic.
no, it's no Avengers. I couldn't get through Whedon's version without napping multiple times on the couch. It was bad. So bad that DC fans started demanding the Snyder Cut be released a few years ago. And after a very aggressive online campaign, amazingly, the fans won, and Warner Brothers released the 4-hour and 2-minute Snyder Cut movie to HBO Max last summer, which takes us
Different
to
versions too, right? There was like the black
one-
and white version, right?
It's the same movie, just gray. It's in
Right,
black and
yeah.
white. It's just
okay.
You want it in black and white.
Pick a lane, man. We're already watching like a recut of a movie that already came out, and now you're dropping it in two different versions.
It's
Really
so
weird to
dramatic.
have a black and white version at 4 hours. I don't know why they did that. Which
All of
takes-
the versions match the drama of the circumstances here. It's just ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So that takes us to today or yesterday, where it was now available for digital purchase, and it also came out that two scathing reports were released yesterday, commissioned by Warner Media, that they're saying that the online campaign pressuring them to release the Snyder Cut was done by a shitload of bots. Like 13 to 14% of the accounts demanding the release of the Snyder film were bots set up by nerds to make their army look stronger. The report also trashes Snyder, saying he was very unprofessional and a diva, and did things like stole hard drives from set of film footage and a sabotage
He's a guy with a
effort.
bot army. Yeah.
Yeah, demanded certain horrible scenes be left in, filmed guerrilla style in his own backyard to get extra things snuck in, and all sorts of funny, damning things, including they called him a Lex Luthor type villain that purposely weaponized his fan base to get his way, all of which he is denying. But
It's hilarious.
I mean, everything you just described sounds like what you want a filmmaker to do, right?
if
I
he's
mean, like,
passionate about
right.
his
Yeah. He's
movie,
like doing filming. Yeah. Like
yeah,
going
good for
above
him,
and
dude.
beyond.
Good
yeah.
for him. I mean, look, it's his baby.
He won.
You want the artist to speak, man. Let the dog eat. You know what I mean?
You know, I felt like he was kind of vindicated with the Snyder Cut, but I don't know if it was like, I don't know if he ate. Pat.
Well,
That's what I'm
Whedon
saying.
didn't do any more Avengers and hasn't really
Might
done
have had
anything
an
since. So
appetizer.
Whedon lost.
Right.
I'll tell you that much. He was hot.
Oh.
He was the hottest director, and then
But-
after Age of Ultron, he did that, and he was done.
Oh yeah, but
When
Whedon,
did,
Whedon's worth close to $1 billion, I think.
Sure.
I was thinking of Favreau did
Pritzker.
Iron Man, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Favreau
And I
did
think he
Iron Man big time.
I think he did the last two Avengers too.
Oh, Favreau, and then now Favreau's doing The Mandalorian. Who knew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
Favreau's
knew
the best.
that little Johnny Favreau from
Big
Swingers
Johnny Favreau.
wrote
Big
that
Johnny.
movie
Johnny.
on a computer processor, word processor. His dad got him. Bam, wrote it in like a week. Who knew
Also
Johnny Favreau would
hilarious.
be a beast?
Hilarious
That- he's also-
character in Friends. He played
And Rudy, don't
Played
forget
like
about
a
Rudy.
billionaire
Champion of
loser
yo-yo
in Friends.
dieting too.
Mhm.
He gets so big and then so small. I
He's
mean,
enormous, man.
Remember when we saw
talk
him?
about a unit.
Stayed big.
Remember when we
yeah,
saw him?
He can be
Yeah,
huge,
at
yeah,
the-
and then he
at
can be
the,
like
Salt
relatively
Lick.
regular.
At the
size.
Salt
Yeah,
Lick,
Salt
yeah.
Lick, yeah.
He was huge.
It's one of the big
But
hockey
like you're
jerseys.
saying, Pat, that is some of those characteristics are what you want out of a filmmaker. So the moral of the story here, Hive, is that we need you to set up bots for us promoting things like Big Naturals Day and our 1000th episode and stuff like that in the future, because bots get yachts. That's what we've learned. All right, let's move on to how about some sports?
Just ask Twitter, right? That's what the
Bots
whole
get
loss
yachts.
is.
Well, it's funny though because Elon was on a yacht, right?
Yacht.
right? Because
Complaining
the
about
bots.
bots.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
They claim though that Twitter still only has like 5% bots, so they're saying this was 3x the amount of like even Twitter, the Snyder fan army.
There's no way Twitter's like 5%.
I know it's probably more. It's probably more.
That's ridiculous.
It's probably more. That's what they're saying. How about some sports? UFC news. Nate Diaz, you know him, the younger and probably more famous brother of Nick Diaz, the Prides of Stockton, California, finally has his last UFC match under contract scheduled, and it's a tough fight. You're probably thinking, oh man, I hope it's the trilogy fight with Conor McGregor since they're 1-1 and those fights were incredible.
That's exactly what I
Right.
was thinking.
It's not. No, it's not. No, Nate Diaz is set to face undefeated and almost unanimously regarded as the toughest and baddest fighter in MMA currently, Khamzat Chimaev.
Nailed it.
Yeah, this guy who just is a fucking monster.
Diaz has been begging for the fight, right?
He has, but no one else in the world begs to fight this guy. Khamzat scares everyone. He can strike. He can wrestle. Everyone's convinced he's going to be the champion of whatever weight class. He's currently like welterweight that he wants really besides heavyweight because he could go down, he could go up for a very long time. Dana White described his punches as sounding completely different than any punch he's ever heard in his life. And they're just vicious and ridiculously loud. And I do actually have a clip of Khamzat punching. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that Soviet Union toughness too.
Wow, punch.
Wow.
Sounds like a Pennsylvania highway in this wintertime.
Yeah, that's what they call him. That's his
That's what it's.
nickname.
That's
The
what it sounds
turnpike.
like when he orgasms too. You know.
People are pretty much scared for Nate, who has been calling for the fight, Will. And a lot of people think this is Dana White's way of saying, fuck you. You've been a giant headache. You want out of your contract so you can box Jake Paul or whatever. Fine. Here you go, but you're going to get fucked up on the way out.
I love it. I know what I'm doing that night, getting hammered and betting on Nate Diaz.
Yeah,
That's
the odds are going to be
so fun.
That'll be 10,000 to 1. Taking
love
it to the internet, Kaposa said, this guy's involved in MMA, he goes, spiteful and pathetic. This is how they reward 15 years of entertainment, not so subtly trying to feed him to the wolves. Of course, Nate is willing to fight the hired goon. Sincerely hope by some miracle this blows up in their face.
Dude, he beat
Nate
McGregor,
Diaz
who
being
was-
a hell of a boxer.
Dude, it's night and day. McGregor would get absolutely fucking destroyed by this dude.
this guy's like,
too.
he's
What about
unbeatable.
5
This
years
guy's
ago,
unbeatable.
McGregor?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. This guy's like they're saying he's like Khabib but can punch. Got a few more for you here. I've seen him fight too. He's gonna fucking kill Nate. Funky, aka Ben Askren, says this might be really ugly, and
Ow.
you know he got his head kneed. He got kneed to oblivion by Masvidal. So I don't know what he's talking about. Wasn't and
Didn't he
got
lose
knocked
to
out
Jake?
by
Right.
Jake Paul?
Yeah.
He's at yeah.
that
I mean, Nate Diaz has a much more impressive resume than Ben Askren.
MMA writer Ben Folks tweeted Dana White a few weeks ago. Nate's won one fight in 5 years. He probably should go box Jake Paul. UFC now. But first, let's match him up against our hottest welterweight prospect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's got. Is that a grudge? Is that you think that's
Yes,
like? Yeah,
that's-
okay.
Well,
Dana
yeah,
White's trying to get
'cause
him fucked up because
Hasn't Diaz, like, he's been a headache with the weed tests and everything like
he's
that.
been a headache the whole
By the way,
time.
store.hardfactor.com, Jamaica line, the Leaf shirt.
So Dana White's, giving him a main event, 5 rounds of pain. And TJ, the optimist, says, well, Nate could win. I don't know why people don't see it. Could win a trip to the cemetery.
Oh, TJ.
Shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Nate can sell a fight, man.
they
He
do
really can.
give those out as prizes.
Oh, we're all gonna watch it, like Will said.
Yeah,
but
I want-
but
that's
I'm
It's
what
going
gonna
to be the
watch,
only
for
UFC
sure.
I buy all year.
Me too.
be
Me too.
so nervous for Nate's face though, because
I don't care. I can't wait to just watch him talking shit because he's the best when he's a huge underdog.
They're
too.
gonna
He's
interview him. They're gonna
it's
interview him
awesome.
afterwards with a caved-in face and broken nose. He's gonna be like, "Fuck you, fuck you, UFC. I'm gonna box Jake Paul. Thanks for all the money,
Exactly.
bitches."
I'm going to Bellator.
Yeah,
He made,
exactly.
How many fights did he have this year?
He hasn't fought this year.
He doesn't fight very often. He's getting older, but he's just an amazing
He
entertainer.
hasn't
I mean,
fought in
yeah.
a few years.
and he's also like he's just so. I mean, he's a better fighter of the Diaz brothers, who are just like a very entertaining fighting family, and so it's always a good time. So.
Debatable and better fighter. Nick got hurt. I think Nick was probably a better fighter in his prime.
Oh, right, but I mean,
Yeah.
like over
better
later
fights.
in their career,
He's had a better career than Nick.
Right,
I don't know
later
if he-
in their
I don't know if
career.
he was a better fighter. though.
longevity.
Good striker. Good fighter. Tough guy, but he's in trouble. All right, Bill de Blasio, disgraced former mayor of New York, is officially retiring from politics, guys. Let's play a clip here of him. I guess he was he running for like Congress or something? I think so.
Yes, he was running for. Yes,
he's stepped aside. He's not going to run anymore. He's done
Congress
with politics.
or
Here we
Senate?
go. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth.
I just want to say these last couple of months, I have had this really amazing opportunity to spend time with people in Brooklyn, in Manhattan, talking about their lives, listening to New Yorkers, everything they've been through, and all the amazing spirit people have brought fighting back after COVID. It has made me more proud of the people of the city than ever. And I've listened really carefully to people. And it's clear to me that when it comes to this congressional district, people are looking for another option.
Yeah, they said, "Fuck
And
off,
even
de
though this is
Blasio."
not going to work out. I hope you know how much
We still hate you.
appreciate you. And we're going to do a lot together to make this city better in the future. So I'm feeling a lot of gratitude. I'm also recognizing
barbecues?
I made mistakes. I want to do better in the future. I want to learn from those mistakes. And it's been a humbling experience at times, but it's been a healthy experience. And the bottom line is, I'm filled with gratitude today, truly, for all the good in New York City. I feel New York City in my heart and soul. I really do. And I'm just appreciative. And I'll see you along the way.
Yep, he's crying. Well, he tears up at the end after admitting that he's humbled and he got it's tough.
Why don't we like de Blasio again?
Because he did a horrible job. He's a liar. He did a bunch of.
He
shit
did a
with
lot of
COVID.
shady cover-up shit, just
Yeah.
like Cuomo did during COVID.
He had parties for he fucked over the Jews and
Yeah.
all this other stuff, and everyone
Right,
he just annoyed everybody. He just he wasn't quite as
it was
malicious
basically
as the governor. But
when you go through
Cuomo-
COVID too, all the leaders are bound to get sort of fucked over. The only one that came out of it looking great was DeSantis, basically because he never locked down.
Right, de Blasio ran for president. All the interviews he gave were slapdick interviews.
Oh, now I remember de Blasio.
He just was
Right.
an idiot. And
Remember,
he seems like he was more of a dum-dum than malicious like Cuomo, who's purposely hiding things and writing books
Right.
about how he.
all time,
Right.
just
He's
like
a moron.
bozo.
Yeah.
I would say
the
bozo
data under the
politician.
rug, the book deal, the
Yes.
deaths. Okay, yeah, I remember that. The
Cuomo's,
nipple rings.
De Blasio's
No, that's Cuomo.
the dumb
No, I know.
version, the dumb bozo version of Cuomo being like an evil bastard.
Right, because the Cuomos are street smart. They're street smart. Well, one of them's street smart, one of them's book smart.
Yes, they're smarter and more.
Tornado
Total
is smarts.
package when you put them together.
That's
Tornado
right.
is smarts.
I mean,
Don't
when
like
you can't-
dogs though.
When you can't win over New York, being in like a interracial relationship, you got problems.
I mean,
You think he had it in the bag and then he just
Oh yeah, he had it in the bag. African American wife should
Didn't
have had
hurt.
it in the should have had it in the bag.
There you go. There you go.
he pissed off the Jewish people in New York. That's how you.
his
that's how you
accent
fail.
is also I find it to be annoying. I don't think New York accents are annoying at all, but his particularly is he just has a nasally voice or something. It's a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's take it to the internet for this one too. Tim Young says, "No, it's clear that everyone everywhere hates you. That's what's clear, basically."
Yeah, Tim nailed it.
Yeah. And then Comfortably Smug says, "Come clean my roof, you monster. Your giant body will never fit in Washington, D.C." Calls him a giant. Come clean my roof, you tall monster. I will say this. De Blasio is really tall. I don't know about roofs. That might be a detriment to him because he's got to get up on the roof and then he's too tall. But shelves and ceilings would be good. to
That's
clean.
one of the best tweets I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
life.
6'5".
Monster is
You
huge.
come clean my roof, you
Yeah.
monster.
Just standing and cleaning the gutter
6'5", not
on a
bad.
little step ladder.
Holy shit.
He's pretty tall. He's pretty big. Sad one here. See, this isn't that dark of a roast. Some fun stuff. Sad one here for the few mid to late 30-year-olds, maybe probably some 40-year-olds that are still Limp Bizkit fans.
Hey, I'm listening.
Yeah.
$3 bill, y'all. Was that the $3?
That was one of that was their
CD.
first album. Yeah, $3 bill.
I mean, it was a formative
and then
album.
it was Significant Other. That was their masterpiece. Then it was Tropic
Oh.
Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavor Water.
Significant Other, is that the one with the George Michaels cover on it?
Nope, that's $3 bill, yo. Faith, watched that video yesterday.
Break some stuff tonight.
Break
Scott loves
stuff.
Limp Bizkit.
Break stuff.
Break stuff.
Oh.
It's on Significant Other.
Yeah, that was when they really broke out. They canceled their UK and
Nookie.
European tour because of Fred Durst's personal issues. And this sounds a little bit like deja vu. Wasn't it exactly a year ago when you tried to go see Limp Bizkit at Asbury Park with PFT, Pat?
What do you mean? When I got my night off as a dad, first one, drove down with my Limp Bizkit tickets that I called in a favor to get comped because I wanted to look cool in front of my childhood famous friend PFT, and then they just canceled it.
They canceled like the day of, yeah, because of Fred Durst's personal issues.
Well, I guess COVID is a personal issue.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Is that what they were saying? I don't know, man. This seems like they've been doing this the past couple of years. Like Fred Durst.
He just gets angry, you know. That break stuff song, it really tells you a lot about him.
It sounds like the only thing Fred Durst is breaking is promises.
Well, I want to look and see if John Otto is breaking drum thrones, because their drummer John Otto really was trying hard to get on that last tour last summer, but he just was too fat, and he was like, "I'm coming back around on this one, on this next."
Get his arms around those.
He ate his way out of a drumming career.
Out of drums, right? And that's the most athletic position in a
He
band.
shortened his arms.
It is. You have to have some stamina. You have to have some,
drummers burn
agility.
like 2,000 calories a night during a 90-minute set.
They should let him in for his health.
I know. I wonder if he was going to be on the tour. I'm going to look that up.
Okay. Well, also
when they stopped letting him tour, that's what killed him, probably.
get a load. Yeah, you're right. Also,
Well, I mean, you know, he's not dead. I'm just saying,
Killing
like,
him.
they put him on the
Killing
path.
him.
He's,
Yes.
he's
Retirement
eating
kills
it.
a lot of men.
That's right. Look how CNN spelled Fred Durst. Dirts has not shared further details about his health. Dude, that's a tough last name if someone has it. Dirts? That sounds
they
like a real
mixed up
Munson.
Adam Dirts, right?
I don't know. Dirts?
Dirts is kind of like, but if you're Dirts, you're like you dirty Dirts. Like it's a lot of easy nicknames too, and like you can just like get away with shit. Like
Oh, they're all
it's just Dirts.
scumbag nicknames.
Yeah.
They
That's old
expect you-
Dirts. You
They
can't.
expect you to chug 40s and, you know, bang chicks in the ass.
Call the cops on them.
Consent? I don't think so.
Dirtster. Yeah. So they
Never asked permission.
They spelled it correctly in some parts of the article, but they dirtsed it in there. Right there. All right. Also, and most importantly, before we get to the main story of the day, the dollar has officially passed the euro in value. The euro is now 99 cents to the dollar, and you know what that means, right?
We won again.
It means it's called soccer now, and there's nothing you can do about it. Oh,
What's funny about that tweet is they don't use the euro in England, so
right,
they use
the home
the
of soccer.
pound.
Yeah, the home of soccer.
No, but they call it football because it's
Yeah.
an English word, though.
I know, no, but the home.
So I know
of-
that I get it. I get
up
that.
until look up until a little while ago,
It's
they
an
used the euro
extreme
for a little
viral
bit, didn't
tweet.
they?
It's an extremely viral tweet, but I'm pointing out it doesn't actually make any sense because the pound is what we'd have to beat, which we're not going to.
But
call it.
everyone in Europe also calls it football,
That's true. I mean, it's like
and they have teams like Spain, Italy, Netherlands. Look, screw all of them. It's called soccer now.
Yeah.
all right.
You know who could play some soccer, would do some good from some soccer? Fat John Otto.
Ooh, yeah, he's not able to tour anymore.
Unit.
Imagine John Otto going for a header like close to the net. He'd just get like caught like a whale in a net. Like
You
a,
could use that.
Stumble.
You could use that joke of losing 50 pounds if that guy was asking for the road called 375. It looks like he's
You know what's funny
a
is
big boy.
little inside baseball. Actually, I know someone on Limp Bizkit's crew, and it looks like he's playing the drums, but that they just staged a photo of him, took the picture.
What?
And, yeah.
that's just him standing behind the set.
No, he can't actually play the drums. That's just that was his new press
He's,
photo.
he's gonna break some stuff tonight, like the stool that he uses to sit on when he plays the drums.
The waistband on his boxers.
Yeah, the way. Yeah,
That thing is in trouble.
yeah. He's not torn. All right,
Talk
let's
about
go.
rolled up.
Let's go to this guy.
The cream of the crop!
Let me get a roofie.
Let me get a roofie. All right. The Hoover Dam blew up yesterday. Right. Take a look at this.
Oof.
Check this out. As you can see, Hard Factor News had the scoop, got the video up on social media quick yesterday. And that's just a big explosion with a huge plume of black smoke, like 150
Right,
feet
and
high.
it was a tour group that was going past as it happened.
That's
It's a
exciting for
major
them.
terrorist target. The Hoover Dam always has been.
It looks like a little campfire down there. It
Yeah,
doesn't look
with
like
a
big
huge
deal.
mushroom cloud.
Oh, give me a break, Wes.
That's a
Don't
big
poo-poo,
explosion.
don't poo-poo that explosion.
I'm poo-pooing that explosion.
Wow.
You think that's a nothing explosion?
Oh, that's enough. That looks like a control room explosion.
We
I
gotta
mean,
go
it doesn't
camping
look like
with
they have it
Wes.
under control. They
First
don't-
of
it
all, it's
doesn't
on the
look
side of the. It's not on the main dam area. It's on like a walkway. Nobody's down there. It's outside of
Wow.
like a control room.
You know,
It's
the Hoover
on-
Dam's like the #1 like
Right.
hydroelectric
Listen,
place in the world. You don't
They
want
need
it
it
to.
functioning for all of Southern California.
Yeah,
right?
you probably don't want it to blow up.
You think we should bring a
it
game
didn't come
camping
close
with
to
Wes?
blowing up with that thing, huh?
Oh, I'm just saying. Like if you're going camping with Wes, you're like, you don't need any entertainment because you should see the fire this guy builds. It is impressive.
That's
Yeah,
just
I could build a fire way bigger than
You
that.
That's
just
just a
watch the
cut. Wipe
fire.
it off. You're missing 2 fingers from an
Uh-huh.
explosion. They're saying a transformer burst, which is confusing
Yeah, that's
because
what it looked like.
in the
There you
first
go.
Transformer movie, the main bad guy, the leader of the Decepticons, Megatron, is kept in the Hoover Dam, and the Decepticons come to the Hoover Dam to attack it to retrieve his body. So saying
Whoa.
Transformer blew up at the Hoover Dam was confusing and hilarious.
Interesting.
Yeah, everyone's like, what? Like in the movie? They might as well have said, someone's piece of bubble gum on the wall burst a water pipe. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
Griswold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, come here. I need your gum to his daughter. Luckily, the fire was extinguished, and on one was
In seconds.
30 minutes. No one.
It
You mean
was-
the concrete wall that
30
holds
Busted
a wave of water?
Transformer-
Yeah.
Busted Transformer makes perfect sense because they were like, there was an explosion, as you can
Right.
see, to the tour group, and then they filmed it, and then that was like, it looked like controlled in one area.
I think there was like 10-ish Transformers, and luckily only one blew.
Right,
So
one of
actually-
them blew. Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't that big of an explosion. Anyways, luckily the fire was extinguished. No one was hurt, but naturally people were alarmed as the Hoover Dam, like I said, is like the largest hydroelectric facility in the U.S. So we want it to not blow up. That's, we don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
The cause of the fire is still under investigation, but there is no risk to the power grid, according to the Federal Bureau of Reclamation's Regional Director, Jacqueline Gold. And the Federal Bureau of Reclamation is the federal agency under the U.S. Department of the Interior, which oversees water resource management. And they had this to say on Twitter. They said, like, at approximately 10 a.m. Pacific time, the A5 transformer, so you can see how many there are there, at the Hoover Dam caught fire, and it was extinguished by the Hoover Fire Brigade at
Cup of water.
approximately 10:30 a.m. With a cup of water, 30 minutes. There are no injuries.
It's literally 3 firefighters in one hose.
Yeah. 5. There's 5. There's 5 firefighters. There's no injuries to visitors or employees. There's no risk to the power grid. To which Brendan Donovan's helmet, he tweeted, damn good job.
It's a great point.
And I love a good damn joke. So there you go.
No N on that dam, everybody.
I know, but mine at the end was an N. I love a good damn joke. And
Oh shit, I get it.
And that was today's cup of coffee, which was brought to you by Feels. And maybe the firefighters didn't need to take Feels because they saw how small the fire was. But if you're stressed out and you want some premium CBD and you want to feel better, Feels is a better way to feel better. Feels is a premium CBD that will help to keep your head clear and make you feel your best. It's hassle-free, delivered directly to your door. CBD naturally helps reduce stress, anxiety, pain, and sleeplessness. There's no hangover or addiction. I love to take it before bed to calm me down after a long night at work, right? And to get to sleep. It helps me get to sleep. Place a few drops of Feels under your tongue, and you can feel the difference within minutes. The thing to remember about CBD is that finding your right dose is important. Everyone's dose is different. So if you need, they have a phone number you can call, customer service, and you can find out your right dose with them. If you need a dose of the chill on the go, pop one of Feels' new CBD infused mints for a clear-headed feeling and, bonus, fresh breath. How about that? So the hotline.
I'm pre-feels in it right now because my story is so crazy. So I gotta calm it. Pre-calm.
You can also
Calm my
join the
mind.
Feels
It
monthly
can still get you calm.
membership. Yeah. You can also join the Feels monthly membership. Makes your self-care easy. You'll save money on every order, and you can pause or cancel anytime. So start feeling better with Feels. Become a member today by going to feels.com/factor, and you'll get 50% off your first order with free shipping. What? That's feals.com/factor to become a member and get 50% off automatically taken off your first order with free shipping. Feels.com/factor.
That's a bigger deal than the Hoover Dam explosion.
Yeah. Trending number 1.
It trended number 1 like by far
number 1 all day.
everywhere. It's crazy.
I know.
Oh.
All right, guys. Got a history quiz for you. Okay, I want you to answer as if you're on Jeopardy. Okay.
Okay.
First introduced in 1878, this amendment was finally passed by Congress June 4th, 1919, and ratified on August 18th, 1920.
What is the women's suffrage?
What's the amendment?
I don't know.
Duluth.
Yep, Will.
What is the 16th Amendment?
No, sorry, that is incorrect. Pat?
What is the 17th Amendment?
No, that is. I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
Pass.
What is the 14th Amendment?
That is incorrect as well.
19th.
There you go, Mark. That's right.
Hey,
The 19th.
I was going to
Mark
get there.
didn't buzz in, though.
He didn't buzz in.
Also didn't say
Doodaloo, what is the 19th Amendment? Doodaloo.
He didn't phrase it in a question.
Well, I just did there.
True.
You guys didn't say that.
No buzzer control as a host, Wes.
Technically, okay.
Sorry. Well,
Missed
you guys
trial.
are technically. How many guesses do you get in Jeopardy? You
One.
One, which
Right,
is why
exactly.
I waited.
That's right. Mark wins. That's right. The 19th Amendment. Do you know what that amendment did?
Women's. What is Doodaloo? What is women's suffrage?
Gave women the right to vote.
Yeah, the
Something they had
opposite.
been.
They were suffering.
Hey, doodaloo.
No, that's the same thing. Suffrage means the right to vote.
Doodaloo. Doodaloo.
Yeah. mhm.
Pretty impressive, though, that I nailed it, right? Doodaloo.
Yes.
I mean, I guess I didn't get the amendment, but doodaloo. I'm
Yeah,
very
yeah,
good.
you know
yeah.
the
Year,
subject.
Yeah.
Something they had been.
Half
you
a
know,
point.
that's right.
Okay.
They gave
Thank you.
women
They
the
did
right
this
to vote.
right in the run up to illegalizing marijuana, so it was a real progressive era, you know.
Yeah, real progressive. It's something they had been whining about since the early 1800s. Took over 100 years, but they finally broke us down.
The best
And-
part is there were guys like voting against it. They're like, I don't
yeah.
think so. 19th
Lots of
Amendment.
them.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
For hundreds of years.
Give him any big ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah. and
too
since
early.
since that undoubtedly hellish hot August day in 1920, women have been fighting for equal rights and have gained a lot of ground. By the way, do you know what they called August 18th back in 1920? What men called it? They called it the day common sense died.
No,
they
didn't.
had that. They said that.
Yeah.
No, they
They
didn't.
did. No, they did.
You sure? Like I'm sure there was some articles. There was some opinion pieces out there that
Yeah.
were saying that shit.
Sounds like a
the
Matt
day it
Walsh
passed.
take. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
In this
going to have to drive her to the booth.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Why?
You have to explain how to write this.
Just wait
vote
10
down.
years. You see how this
Something
comes
fine.
back to bite us.
She's just going to vote for who I tell her to.
Okay,
That's
but
right.
president only, because we get more than two options up there. She's going to get confused.
Yeah, she's been there forever. And this segment is called "Men Are from Mars and Women Are from Complainus."
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
nice.
You get it. You get it. Anyway, I'm not a sexist. I believe women should have the same rights, pay, and opportunities as men. Clearly, we have a long way to go, and clearly, women, as is evidence in my first story, still have some pretty damn big chips on their shoulders when it comes to men and what they think we owe them. I want you guys to meet Joshua Murray. Okay, here he is. Now, Joshua Murray of Hamden, Connecticut.
I mean, he looks as a stoner myself. I'd say probably high. I mean,
It's hard to get as high as Joshua looks.
Is
I
it
mean,
from
he
the,
is- those
is it
eyes
from
are
the
red.
burn mark in the direct center of his lip, which can't be a herpes? It's just a blunt mark.
Yeah.
Is that what gave it away? The blunt burn?
I thought
Yeah.
the eyes were just so
Yeah.
striking.
Well, it kind of looks like he smoked one weed out of the left side of his mouth and one weed out of the right.
Right. Well, guys,
different strain.
you may be right. You may be a stoner, but I'll tell you what else Josh is. He's a gentleman. He believes that no matter what, women should still enjoy certain privileges that men don't afford to other men. And one of those privileges is having a door held open for them. He's just the kind of guy Josh is. So when Josh was at the Family Dollar in Hamden, a town of just 60,000, and two ladies approached the store at the same time as Josh, he threw away all modern societal programming, which tells him, treat these women like everyone else. And instead of just going in before them like he would a man, he did the gentlemanly thing and held the door for the two ladies.
Nice.
However,
nice.
yeah, very nice. However, unfortunately, the two women that Joshua was trying to fuck, be a gentleman to, didn't even acknowledge the now dwindling act of chivalry that women themselves have been killing for decades, and that upset Joshua. Joshua.
Some women I think don't appreciate the door hold.
It's not just women, Will.
Yeah.
It's not just women.
Yeah.
It's men as well.
I'm a serial door holder opener. I will.
Me too.
I'm like programmed to do it. I'm like a robot. It like takes
Yeah.
over. I
Well,
like,
my
whoa, I wake
mom,
up and
a
I'm still
woman,
holding the door.
forced me to do it as a child, so now I hold the door for everybody.
100.
Of course. Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Now, if someone doesn't say thank you to me, I hit them with a real big left hook of "You're welcome" is what I do.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I-
I hit them
I
with a
just think
cold "You're welcome."
I feel like it's a thankless job. Everybody's just like, it's a bonus if you get a thank you.
You know,
Okay.
give him you could also give him the "Have a nice day."
Mhm.
Kinda
I'll tell you what.
Okay.
They don't say thank you.
One of
Alright.
the easiest ways to make people think that you're a great parent is teaching your son to make sure that he holds the door for women, and you look like dad of the year every single time. I mean, it's
Really?
it's a cheat code. Anyway, Josh, held the door up open for these women, and he was trying to get them cheeks. I mean, be a gentleman, and they brushed him off like he was some doorman. So Joshua said, "You know what? Fuck these bitches. You don't want to thank me? You want to be treated equal? I'll show you equal." And Josh pulled out his gun and pointed at the women, because nobody, man nor woman, doesn't thank Joshua Murray when he does something nice.
What an overreaction.
Bet he got to thank you then.
Sure he did. Sure he did, Mark.
Yeah.
Little extreme, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of with Josh on this one.
If you were
That's the
packing,
last-
if you had your piece on you,
That's
too.
the last time those women don't thank someone for holding the door for them.
Exactly.
I
And-
guarantee you
That's
that.
And
right.
Josh is going to do some time for it. There's no doubt about it. But
Yeah.
you're saying he's taking one for the team.
exactly.
That's
Okay.
right.
Society's better for it in the long run.
He did teach them a little respect.
Yeah.
He certainly did.
I just
So-
wish Josh wouldn't have to do the time, because as high as he is in his mugshot, it seems like, maybe he didn't think that through all the way in terms of the implications.
He
of
didn't.
pulling
He
the
didn't.
piece out.
Oh man, I want to know if Josh let his gat do the talking for him, right? Just a silent "What's up now," right? Or if he verbalized it, saying "What's up now."
Probably was gave him a talking to about how they should be
Right.
appreciative of his
should be
gentlemanly
thankful.
ways.
Do you want to say thank you now?
Right?
Yeah,
or
exactly.
hey, you dropped something.
Yeah.
You're welcome. So poor Joshua, of course, got the cops called on him, because that's
Yeah.
what women do these days when a man threatens them. And when cops later found Joshua, he did have a gun on him, and he did, quote, interfere with officers trying to arrest him.
Oh,
Did
come
he
on.
explain to them what happened?
Right.
Listen,
Did they
they
not
knew what
have pity?
happened. They were like, "Look, Josh, hands are tied here. You
Yeah.
pulled the gun out. We're with you, but we got to do this. Otherwise, they're gonna get on our asses."
The cops find him at his apartment. They're yelling, "Open the door!" And he's like, "You trust me, I'd like to, but in this
traumatized.
situation."
Yeah, he's got PTSD from opening the door.
Yeah. So now Joshua's been charged with carrying a pistol without a permit, 2 counts of second-degree breach of peace, and interfering with the police officer. He's expected to appear in court on August 2nd, is being held on $25,000 bond. And guess
Surely
what?
the judge will, acknowledge the gentlemanly move in the beginning.
Yeah. And
He
guess
should
what
get
happened
some
to the
points,
women?
Right.
Yeah.
Guess
Nothing.
what happened to the women?
What
Yeah,
was it?
absolutely nothing. Nothing happened to them.
They learned a lesson.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
They got
they
to
did
shop
learn
and
a
then
lesson.
go home and not cook a damn thing for their men.
That
Make up your
story's
minds,
gonna be
lady.
told. I mean, how many times are those women going to tell that story?
Right.
That's one. If you have dinner with either of them in the next 6 months,
I bet they
getting
won't
it.
tell it. Well,
you're getting the full detail.
I bet they won't tell it.
Are you
I mean,
sure?
there are some countries those women would have been stoned to death.
How are you going to spin it?
Thank you. Yeah.
How are you going to spin it in this story?
Oh, they're gonna spin it as they definitely. I mean, they're gonna spin it as the dude's crazy and that they were assaulted.
Oh,
They're gonna, you know what they're gonna claim? They're gonna claim they said thank you and he didn't hear.
okay.
Ooh.
That's
No,
the
they
move.
admitted that that's why he got upset.
Well,
Okay.
they admitted that they had no thanks
Well, then
whatsoever.
that he was
then
upset
they learned a
for not-
lesson.
Yeah, they learned a lesson.
So,
Admit you don't have any manners.
are they going to have to go to the court case then, Wes?
Yes, August 2nd. We'll try to keep some. Please remind me.
If they have to go,
listeners.
I hope that the attorney really grills them about how disrespectful were they, because that could
Right.
really sway
Guys.
the. Is there a jury here? or is it just the
95% of cases in America plead out. I mean, look, but Josh is a principled guy. He could go to trial.
I hope he has to take
He's
the
going to set
stand.
a standard here.
I hope he has to take the stand, and then one of the two women is up next, and he has to hold the little gate for her and see if she reacts with a thank you.
attorney? Do an example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They call him, then they call her, and he
Reenactment,
holds up the little
please.
gate.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
make
if
a-
they were seriously disrespectful, admitting that they had no thanks is
No
a new.
thanks.
I mean, all
that's,
jokes aside, he should probably cool his jets in prison for a little while, but you have to say thank you. No, all
Right.
joking aside, you have to say thank you for someone opening the door. You have to. You
must.
absolutely have to.
Yeah, women need to make up their minds. You want totally equal rights, or you want free drinks, open doors, and cushy quota fulfilling jobs. That's the deal.
Can't have it all in this life, you know.
Okay.
Not sexist West has spoken, and
Let me
that's
just
the
end it
men
with
are
a
from
little
Mars,
explanation.
women are from Complainus.
Um,
What town was that, Wes? I'm putting it on the
Hamden, Connecticut.
calendar. Hamden, Connecticut.
Yeah. All right, guys. One more in this new segment that we probably will never do again.
Oh, a second one.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Men are from Mars, women are from
From
Complainus.
Complainus, yeah. Unfortunately, guys, many women go to their graves never telling of certain crimes that men have committed against them, and this is unfortunate. Every woman should be heard, and when she reveals an atrocity she suffered at the hands of a man, no matter how long ago, no matter who the perpetrator of that crime is, they should be heard. Which is why we must listen to actress Miriam Margolis. Pat, how do you say it? Margolis. There she is. Seen here. Now, she has bravely come forward to tell us all that she suffered what many consider a sexist assault at the hands of acting legend Arnold Schwarzenegger, a known dirty dog who fucks housemaids. Check out how his son's doing. This is Joseph Baina. He's doing great. That's the maid. That's the main son. He's a bodybuilder now, just like Daddy.
I mean, he looks he's a Hulk. He looks like Lou Ferrigno a little bit.
He's looking great. Anyway,
the other one turned out okay now too. Eventually,
Patrick, the fat one.
No, he's skinny now. He's an actor.
With his big ass Kennedy teeth.
He's in the
Patrick
terminal list. Yeah, he's in the terminal list. He finally got it together.
Hey, I'm one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's kids who was Maria Sharber.
Yeah. Anyway, Arnold has been accused by Margolis of assaulting her on the set of 1999 movie End of Days. Appearing on some shitty podcast, the Brit thespian dropped this bombshell allegation when the host asked her to reveal her least favorite co-star of all time, and she named Arnold, saying, quote, "He's a bit too full of himself, and I don't care for him at all. He's a Republican, which I don't like. Ooh. He was actually quite rude, and here's the big allegation. He farted in my face." Now, I fart, of course, I do, but I don't fart in people's faces. He did it deliberately right in my face. She went on to say, "I was playing Satan's sister, and he was killing me, so he had me in a position where I couldn't escape, lying on the floor, and he just farted. It wasn't on film. It was during one of the pauses, but I haven't forgiven him for it," she said.
So he was just hazing her.
Yeah.
Sounds like Arnold was just hazing her. Yeah.
This sounds like she was collateral damage.
There she is in the film. Yeah. Arnold was just getting into his part. He's like, I hate this woman. She's Satan's sister. I'm gonna fart in her face, and that's what he did. So
I think Margolis may not have been a favorite around set, and Arnold is definitely a jokester.
Listen.
And so when he got the chance to fart in Margolis's face, he let one rip.
If there's anyone's,
sounds like she got a raw deal.
Yeah. Look, I mean, she looks like the kind of lady that would like maybe not like needs a fart in the face. Like she's got a very fartable face.
Yeah, her makeup looks like it got applied via fart.
Yeah, very fartable face. She's also
one more mark.
What? You want me to do another one?
You want to do another one?
No, I'm sorry, Wes. Continue. What do you do?
Okay.
No one's interrupting.
As the New York Post points out, this isn't the first time Margolis has tried to disparage a co-star. Earlier in July, Margolis cracked up viewers when she appeared on the British show called This Morning and spilled some dirt on none other than Leonardo DiCaprio. She said the Romeo and Juliet star was also a bit odorous on the set of the 1997 movie. Said he was a bit smelly because it was hot in Mexico and young boys don't make themselves fragrant. They don't wash all the bits. So
she complains about all the people on set.
You know
about their odors.
He was going commando.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah. So, Arnold farted in her face. Leo has smelly balls. This woman's clearly just a vengeful, complaining woman. And, that's...
I hope he did. That's what lets him.
Oh, he definitely did.
He's got beef with both Leo and Arnold. I mean, come on. Arnold was talk about making an example of somebody. He was doing that to Margolis on the set. He was
absolutely.
This is what happens when you take your job too seriously.
Satan's sister.
And then all the fucking sound guys and the videographers are cracking up. The gaffers are like falling off the rigging. It's like that was the situation.
You're the king, Arnold.
We all hate you. We all hate you, Miriam.
We've been making fun of you behind your back the entire time.
No one likes you.
Everyone was in on it.
Yeah.
Love you, Arnold. Do it again.
By the way, there's the maid he fucked, which is just fabulous. She's got some big naturals.
Oh yeah, well she's a big woman. That's why her son. That's why their son is a monster because she was big too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Love it. And that's
Good stock.
men are from Mars, women are for Complainus.
There you go.
Nice.
Oh man, being behind Arnold, man. Oh wow.
He's got some stinky.
All
ones.
those
Some red
protein
heat. You know what
farts.
I mean?
Oh yeah,
Some
all
red heat for sure.
the, he's just in ketosis all the time.
Like, I'm gonna eat so
many
many
eggs
eggs today and fart in Miriam's face.
Is that we do in Austria, man? All right, guys, let's go on a journey. You want to come on a journey with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, here's the clip.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
All right. I found something out today. Something that I'm a little peeved about. I think might be you'll be a little bit peeved about it too when I tell you what it is. And if any of the leaders of the Ukraine are listening, I want you to pay special attention. You owe the people of the Estados Unidos and me and the boys and the people of Canada an apology. I'll wait.
Ukrainians? I mean, they're under attack by the Russians, right? I thought we were.
It's a lot to ask
thought
right
you get a pass, while you're under invasion by Putin, right?
But that's the problem, isn't it, Pat?
Well, look.
What those corrupt racists do now, Pat.
I think you nailed it. I think you nailed it, Wes. And Will, good on you. You were exhibiting that good old-fashioned American hospitality and compassion, which we're rich with, let's be honest. Probably the richest in this entire world. But back in February,
we tell
guys,
ourselves that for sure.
well, hey, we are.
We are.
Back
We
in,
also have guns to throw in your face if you don't say thank you when we open the door for you.
That's
So
100%.
Big time Arnold vibes. Yeah,
we are like exactly like that guy in Wes's first story. Yeah, we're like the two guys and the women Complainus.
The rest of the world is
Yes.
Miriam.
Yeah.
yeah, we'll fart right in your face.
Yeah.
But we'll give you a job while we're doing it. Guys, back in February when Russia started invading talking to you, Ukraine, you guys made it seem like you were so helpless and that Russia was just going to kick in your bedroom door and bully you like a visiting older cousin over Thanksgiving. And you had your Vladimir being all sad and inspiring and, we like we do because we have huge hearts. We immediately rallied behind you, right? Offered support and aid.
probably a few financial interests, but
Right. We made flattering memes. That's hard for us to do, to not shit on people with memes and to make positive memes. We did that for you.
We made a
And-
shirt.
Guys, this shit's been going on for like 6 months, Ukraine. We've just been supporting you, and you've been letting it happen. Well, it turns out that Ukraine, has had 2 pairs of gloves on this entire time. That's right. Turns out, guys, Ukraine has been just sharking Russia this entire time. Yeah, according to a new bombshell investigation headed up by Konstantin Koskachev, the deputy speaker of Russia's Federation Council, and Irina Yorovaya, the deputy chair of the State Duma, through a series of, quote, secret experiments, the vast majority of Ukrainian soldiers have been turned into super mutant human killing machines.
Whoa.
Yeah. And according to this Russian report, Russia has been testing the urine of Ukrainian POWs, if you can even call a guy that probably got caught on purpose a POW.
Yeah, exactly.
How could they contain
how
one
can
of
they
them?
keep them in the walls? Yeah, how do they keep
Exactly.
them in
It's
prison?
because they're toying with them. They're probably getting caught to steal secrets or something.
Right,
What do they have? Titanium boxes to
It's
store
worse
these
than
guys
that.
in?
It's
They have
well,
alien technology keeping them in.
look, these guys are showing mercy is what they're doing.
Okay.
The results of these tests, guys, have uncovered a, quote, range of diseases. This is from the study out of Russia that suggest that the soldiers were secretly experimented on for military purposes. And to make matters worse, these super soldiers were engineered in American-run biolaboratories.
When do they call them Nazis?
Oh, they're definitely Nazis,
Yeah.
Mark.
Yeah.
It seems
That's
like you watched a
usually-
little bit of Russian TV in your day.
Yeah, they're super soldiers, but
Super
also
Nazis,
super
yeah.
Nazis, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's one reason that they're over there.
Well,
is to
the
not-
Russians
to
and us
occupy the country.
shared that fight. We both loved fighting the Nazis and how we both won that one. So
any
that's-
enemy of ours
everything
now,
goes back
yeah.
to the not for both the
That's-
USA
that
and
makes
Russia.
sense.
It's always Nazi this, Nazi that,
Yeah.
Hitler this, Hitler that. It's just that's how it goes.
Yeah,
Well, effectively, they're calling us Nazis because
It's
Russia's
become full circle,
saying
exactly. We're now
they're trying to get the Nazis out of Ukraine. Meanwhile, apparently,
Yes.
someone in our country, one of ours, also owes us an apology, it seems, because these are American-run biolabs. And we've been looking like assholes buying Ukrainian flags, and you didn't even tell. Hey, they're cool. You know, I don't know who it
But
was
actually,
in our
though,
country, but probably Fauci.
Probably Fauci.
Yeah, we need a couple apologies.
yeah, if
Quite a
Fauci did this, actually, that could have made up for Wuhan, but I don't think he did.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't.
Unfortunately.
Guys, at the press conference about the findings, Yera Viva, however you say the Russian name, said, quote, "The cruelty and barbarity with which the military personnel of Ukraine behave, the crimes that they commit against the civilian population, those monstrous crimes that they commit against prisoners of war, confirm that the system for control and creation of a cruel murder machine was implemented under the management of the United States." Okay. And she continued, guys, their performance-enhancing drugs that they are given in order to completely neutralize the last bit of human consciousness that they have within their body.
Wow.
They're
Zombies.
the most cruel, deadly monsters. We've confirmed this.
The entire Ukrainian army, this is.
Yeah.
You should
Look at
see
that.
how mean they are to our Russian soldiers when we go on their lands and rape their women and kill their children.
Right.
And yeah,
This is
they
the
don't even
best.
let us.
I don't know if a country has ever created better propaganda for their enemies than saying that we can't defeat them because they are super soldiers.
Oh,
That's
ding, ding,
embarrassing.
ding. Will's onto it.
Yeah.
They put this out because they're
That's
getting their
embarrassing.
butts kicked.
Right, of course.
yeah.
Yeah,
Bunch
you
of
try-
Arnold Schwarzeneggers over there. You ever
try
been up?
fighting- you try fighting- They're all farting in our faces. You try fighting them.
They're 10 feet tall. Guys, let's take it to a
They're
place that's
such powerful Nazis. It's
yeah.
crazy.
You try it. I dare you.
Please.
God, we would have been in any country if they weren't cheating. Let's take it to a place that's foreign to me, Utah. Looks like the cold weather in Utah, guys, doesn't make much of a difference in whether McDonald's can keep their McFlurry machines in order up there.
Really?
Or at least that's what I can assume, because a hungry dad, who was accompanied by his 4-year-old son, got so angry at a fast food drive-thru recently that he started arguing with the worker, and that argument got so bad it required the presence of police, and that's when things took a turn for the weird. I'm going to play you a clip that kind of explains it all that I forgot to load, but I'm
Okay.
really
Well, I
quick
can't-
on the draw.
I can't
Yeah,
wait
no
to see
one-
it.
was
And
there.
here we go.
Video from Utah shows a 4-year-old boy shooting at police.
What? Whoa. Wait, what?
Officers near Salt Lake City were arresting the child's father for threatening a drive-through worker when police say the little kid somehow got a hold of dad's gun. Nobody was hurt. The father, who was later convicted of child abuse and assault, admitted this was not the first time the kid got a hold of his weapon.
Why would you admit that?
Oh, no.
This happened before. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna level with you, officer.
He loves that damn gun.
He keeps finding it.
the console of a Prius. How can you
Officer, I
not find
told him not to mess around. Are you fooling around with my gun again?
He's
I
a pretty
beat the
good
shit
shot.
out of him the first time he found it. He still
loves
picks
it.
it up.
Anyway,
Brad loves that thing.
Moth to a flame.
Was that over the McFlurry?
no. Oh, I don't know. No.
Oh,
I assume.
He
I
was
don't
just
know
mad
if
at
you're
the worker.
He just got in an
The
argument with a
worker called him
drive-through guy.
sport or bud.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Proud
well,
of
the kid
Dirty.
fired at the cops because they were arresting his dad, right? That
Right.
was the
Well, and he also wanted Blippy there. I don't know.
Yeah,
if you heard
I
about
think-
that.
right. Okay,
think-
give me
yeah,
my
yeah.
Blippy.
I think the dad and the kid got in an argument with the worker, and then the cops arrested the dad, and that's when the kid started firing.
Yeah.
He wanted Blippy. Well,
It's really rare you see a headline like a 4-year-old gets in shootout with cops, and it's hilarious enough where you're like, let's do it, because no one got hurt.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no one got hurt.
no one
And-
got hurt. What kind of gun was that? Did they say?
Oh, it had to be a pistol. He's 4. Maybe a
Right.
Derringer. I don't know. Yo, is he in the gun again? Hey, thought we
Yeah.
talked about this.
Careful, he's pretty good shot.
Not until you're 7.
Yeah.
That little fucker just shot at us.
That kid's got a high likelihood to kill somebody before he's like 12.
So obviously I added in the Blippy part, but the cops did say this. So this is pretty cool actually, because assumedly those cops saw a 4-year-old
And yelled kids.
and yelled,
Right.
which is something they probably yell when you see like a 12-year-old with an air gun or like but like they probably knew that was real bullets and they were like, it's 4, so we're just gonna
Incredible.
we're just gonna deal.
Incredible awareness on the cops there.
Yeah.
That is good. Whew. Well, I'm glad we talked about something good, Pat, to wrap that up, because we're about to talk about a lot of bad things next. Okay. From there, let's come back to America. Well, we're in America. Let's stay in America with a fun fact from Adam in Chicago.
I don't know if you could call Utah America.
It's foreign to me,
The
Martin.
place is fucking weird.
It's Mormon America.
Yeah.
A lot of hot blondies there, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, for sure.
Jen Shaw's in jail.
Not as the beer, not as beat up by the alcohol and the vices. So it's a great place. If you're single,
Just their
Salt Lake
uncles.
City, it's beautiful. Is it drying up though? I don't know. All right. Anyways,
it's
fun,
Salt Lake City, bro.
you'd think it would be super dry. All right. Fun fact from Adam in Chicago to start this off. Bad things. Okay. American CERN. I've been saying I think they had one. Yeah, they do. It's called Fermilab, and it's about 40 miles west of Chicago, which actually makes the Stranger Things locations make a lot more sense. The Colorado facility is the laser thing, and the American CERN is in Illinois. So probably based it off those. Not so fun fact.
Haven't they been seeing a bunch of like UFOs in Illinois?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All around the CERN. America's got our own CERN. We got our own everything. So that's just, if you thought there wasn't here, it's here.
We got our own compassion and a lot of it, Ukraine.
We got a lot of it. And just like the USA has our own version of the incredibly frightening Swiss physics lab, we have our own version of a billionaire madman who wants to blot out the sun to solve climate change in Bill Gates. We've already talked about him, right, guys?
Yes.
He wants to chalk out the sun. He wants everybody eating no meat, all processed whatevers, okay. And so maybe we are in the upside down, fellas, because thanks to Jazzy Jeff 42069 and Charles on the Discord, I know now that Switzerland also has a guy who wants to blot out the sun in the name of climate change. He probably gave Bill Gates all of his bad ideas, along with Jeffrey Epstein, because they're both friends with Bill Gates.
Hey, it's okay.
And this guy goes by the name of Klaus Schwab. This guy right here.
No way. I have seen this guy before.
Look
Yeah.
at this guy.
Klaus Schwab.
They take that
fellas.
picture on Halloween.
Is
is
he real?
He's real. He
looks
he's
like he's
very real.
on the council in Star Wars, right?
He looks like he's a turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does
real
look like
man.
a turtle.
Wise man, yeah.
A kind turtle.
He thinks he is.
Oh,
I don't know about kind.
I'm gonna win this race slow and steady.
He gave that's a portrait of him at some speech he gave, probably at his own ceremony.
What Illuminati convention? What is he wearing?
What is that?
Yes,
crest?
he does. He's the
Is
head
that
of
his
the
own
Illuminati
crest. Did he make
convention.
that crest?
I believe he did. Yeah, that's the World Economic Forum
Oh,
crest.
that's never good, man.
God.
Someone makes their own crest.
So, guys, Klaus is a German Swiss billionaire born
That's a
into a
racist
Swiss
crest, too,
family that ran a forced labor factory for the Nazis. And he was born into that in 1938 in Ravensburg, Germany. Sound familiar? Ravensburg.
Oh, it's all coming
Okay.
together.
Things are connected.
He's also the founder of the World Economic Forum and the sole proprietor of that international organization since 1971. It's basically like an international super PAC. And he is a dear friend of the British monarchy. He's the author of the Fourth Industrial Revolution that champions transhumanism, aka
Cyborgs.
making all people cyborgs. He's the guy
Of course
behind
he
the Great Reset campaign, just an all-around ultra weirdo who has predicted with Chinese billionaire Jack Ma, also his buddy, that, quote, by 2025, we will see commercial use of nanomaterials 200 times stronger than steel and 1,000,000 times thinner than human hair, the first transplant of a 3D printed liver, 10% of all cars on U.S. roads being driverless, which are obviously insane and idiotic predictions, but the world's richest people flock to the WEF, the World Economic Forum in Davos every year to listen to this weirdo give his horrible predictions. So
I kind of like his predictions.
they're
Making
so
me-
far off, though. The years are way off.
2025.
2025?
Yeah.
No, that shit's like not happening for several more years than that. So I mean, it's that shit
Not
will
with that
happen.
attitude.
Well,
Well,
You're
when you
making me a
talk
little
to Klaus-
nervous talking
when you
about him
talk to
like
Klaus
this.
like that and you yell at him, he just goes.
he goes into his shell. Yeah, his head retreats.
I mean, also, there's no way it'll ever happen anyway because, like, Congress wouldn't allow it. You think you're going to get Republicans to vote for transhumanism?
Dude, I'm a pro
No
cyborg guy, and this guy makes me nervous as fuck.
I don't know
I'm
what
like
it
a
is, but I don't
big
like
cyborg.
it.
Yeah.
I'm all time big cyborg. I've always
you
been
say?
on it, but this guy makes me nervous. I'm telling you.
You have to change the name on that.
You say that again. I'll make sure I
bad,
heard you
Brandon.
right.
A man's a man. A woman's a woman. You know that.
Transhumanism. Is that what I think it is? Okay, but Klaus, just
Let me stop you right there.
Hold on, buddy. I've heard this one before.
What's this turtle motherfucker saying?
You ain't tricking me.
Is he coming for my kids?
We want to make you a robot. Oh,
Watch him when he
shit.
goes to the bathroom.
Just like his buddy Bill Gates, who wants us all to eat processed, meatless, vegan bug cakes for every single meal
Why
of
are
our
they fucking
entire
with us
lives,
for their amusement?
and live under a chalky, sunless sky, Mark. Yeah, probably for their amusement. Klaus, he thinks that maybe a bubble sky would be better than a chalky, sunless sky to combat climate change like Bill Gates. And on his recent trip to China this week, not only did Klaus assure China that he's totally on board with extreme authoritarianism and solar panel slavery in the name of fighting climate change, he also wants China and the WF to be tighter than ever before going forward. Not only did he confirm that with the CCP, Klaus also took advantage of dropping his latest TikTok straight to the mothership servers in China. And you guys might want to check this out because it explains a lot about his theories.
Is he on his back?
It's bubbles. It says MIT scientists say bubbles could help fight climate change by reflecting the sun's heat away from the earth. Scientists say cutting just 1.8% of the sun's rays could fully reverse climate change. However, it would be several years before space bubbles might be put to use, making the task of decarbonizing life on Earth no less urgent right now. Bubbles would be manufactured in space by robots that would form a raft about the size of Brazil.
What?
No, are these robots in a union?
That would be placed at the Lagrange point, which is between sun and the Earth where the gravity's balanced, and then it would just block the sun. The raft would stay in a fixed position, kind of like a large-scale sun blocker.
This is like those boats on the shore that they were going to put 100 yards apart. They all had to like blow bubbles too.
Yeah, Mark, bubble boat captain. It's called geoengineering, and we could do it by spraying aerosols into the sky too, like Bill Gates said. Yeah, let's also do the bubble farming.
We're doing that with chemtrails already.
Look at this.
So why are you mad at this?
Because
Sounds
Pat,
unrealistic.
every scientist on Earth says that it's probably a bad idea to risk a total apocalypse for sure by blotting out the sun.
Well, also, how expensive would that operation be? Building space rafts the size of Brazil is just as impractical as the bubble boat captains that had to bring cool water from the bottom of the ocean up to the top, but they had to have thousands and thousands of boats to do it.
But Klaus says that blotting out the sun is worth the risks to stop climate change. While, like I'm saying, almost every scientist, including the ones at MIT,
the
that
sun
did the
is
study,
why we're here. I mean.
Yeah, says that risking a sunless apocalypse is a horrible idea. So we got two CERNs, we got two sun-hating billionaires, and the WEF, the World Economic Forum, takes in about $350 million a year with absolutely no reporting of where their money goes.
I'm sure reptiles can survive without sun, Wes. That's the problem.
Exactly.
True.
Well, they need a heat source, but that's it.
Yeah.
They just
a big
need
lamp. And they need a rock too.
They do. I thought American Super PACs were
grows
bad
without the
enough.
sun.
This freaks me out, guys. I'm a
World
big
Super
cyborg
PACs.
guy. It still freaks me out. Even our buddy Russell Brand is all worked up. You guys check out his Klaus rant.
Check what Klaus Schwab, the inventor of the Great Reset, which is something that he says himself, said in 2020.
We have to prepare for a more angry world.
Why? Why have we got to prepare for a
Is he
more
working
angry
for
world?
Fox
What's
News
going to
yet, or-
happen, Klaus?
Yeah, I
like
think
that's
so.
going to
He
make
just does
the
his
world
own
more
podcast.
angry. We shouldn't be
This
preparing
is
for
good.
that. We should be trying to prevent it. We should be
Breakdown,
thinking about
Mark.
ways to share resources, empower ordinary people, coming to terms with the fact that some people identify in very progressive ways, some people identify in traditional ways, that the globalist culture is being rejected by everybody, that people are feeling disempowered, that no one trusts the agenda of these globalists.
And how to prepare. It means to take the necessary action.
Necessary action mean lockdowns. And
I don't have too many remedies. The remedies have to be discussed through dialogue by the stakeholders of our global system.
means like corporate power, state power. These are the stakeholders. In a sense, all of this, you will own nothing and you will be happy. You're not going to eat meat anymore. You're going to eat insects. We're starting to see the consequences of it. You can watch the Great Reset video. It tells you what the plan is. You're not going to own anything. How's that going to happen? Well, we're going to own it. You're not going to be eating meat anymore. How come? We're shutting down all the farms. We're not evolved to live in accordance with top-down edicts. We're communal, social animals that are supposed to create regulation among one another through consensus.
but I just see the need for such a dialogue.
That's why I need you all to be locked in your house and take these necessary medicines.
And I see the need for action.
He's certainly right about one thing. There is anger coming.
Right. A lot of these European protests are aimed at Klaus Schwab. The truckers in Canada also.
Deeper into this story, you start to recognize that they're having their rights eroded, they're having their livelihood taken away, and that the agenda of the WEF, the globalists, is not even to have a more organic and ecologically responsible farming system. No, that's simply what they're saying. Their objective is what's going to happen. The farmers will be bankrupted and their land will be purchased by centralized monocultural forces. That's what will happen. It's probably something that's been made up by some nutter in a tinfoil hat in their bedroom who still lives with their mum. Let's see what Klaus says.
I see the need for a great reset.
Right. And so it does sound crazy, but this is what the UN said just this week when Prince Harry was giving his speech about complaining about how bad the world is.
Afternoon, the Secretary General and Klaus Schwab, the founder of the World Economic Forum, will witness the signing of a memorandum of understanding on a strategic partnership between the UN and the World Economic Forum, which outlines areas of cooperation to deepen engagement between the two institutions and to jointly accelerate the implementation of the 2030 agenda.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So it's not bullshit.
2030 agenda.
This guy is has
sound
a
good for
major
us.
global sway. It's crazy. And he's a
got his
fucking
hooks.
weirdo.
And this
He
fucking
wants to blot out
bastard,
the sun.
fucking bastard is trying to stop climate change.
Well, he wants to blot out the sun. It's weird.
Sounds like he wants to
I
kill
know
us
it's
all.
weird, but here's the problem. Here's the problem with non-globalism. We destroy anything we come in contact with as a human species.
You
So
own
it's one
nothing
or
and
the
you will
other.
be happy.
We must take precautions by killing
Ex-
all of
like-
you.
That's like Extreme Measures, Pat. That's like the
All right, guys.
Gene Hackman movie.
It's horrible. It's horrible. And I don't want to end the show that way. So here is a palate cleanser. It's silent. It's the dumbest jewelry thief of all time in Wisconsin. ABC tweets: authorities are seeking the public's help in identifying a man who tried unsuccessfully to use a brick to break into a display case at a jewelry store in Menominee Falls, Wisconsin.
No
He
mask.
threw the fucking brick.
Maybe
into
this
the-
one.
He's
What about
at a
this
K.
one?
He threw it how many times? 10?
like at least 15.
2,
It's getting there.
3,
He
getting
throws
there.
it like a tiz, too.
4, 5.
He never practiced throwing a brick
Six.
before.
Puts his sunglasses on. 7.
It's like this guy's never
8.
thrown a brick in his life.
9.
Never.
9 throws.
Oh shit! He's got to run.
Oh,
Oh
he
my
got chased
God.
out.
And he gets in a car with his
Yeah.
license plate.
Yeah, oh, he's an idiot. Jesus.
That's awesome.
Oh,
so they're
that
looking
that
for-
double sucks for him because he's not going to get the meth, and he's going to jail.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they haven't found him, Pat. So
They will.
ABC's looking for citizens' help.
Just check the baseball fields.
That's amazing.
No, yeah. I
More
can't
fun
throw
than the
for
World
shit.
Economic Forum. Good
Yeah.
Lord. Let's get the wheel up.
I got it.
Klaus
All right.
Schwab.
Yeah, sorry that one was long, but you
Also
guys
great.
need
No,
to
I went
know
long,
about
too.
Klaus.
Everyone went long today.
Yeah. All right. Cup of coffee in the big time.
Wes dialed us up. Help us know own
There
number.
it is.
Hmm.
All right. I'm up.
You guys see Soto won the home run derby? He Crash,
Dude.
grabbed his way in.
He also turned down the Natty's biggest contract offer of all time.
$440
Yeah,
million
he's
doll
about to be
hairs.
out of D's.
That's next level balls.
Pat's
Pat
TikTok
back on
again.
TikTok.
Hey, we'll see you back there.
we
See you out
go.
there.
Bring a jacket.
Has a new streak begun?
Could be.
Many are asking.
Klaus Schwab isn't because he doesn't give a fuck.
No, he's also already guessed it wrong before. He's like, yes, it will, and that won't. You know,
He's
everything he
guessed
guesses
some
is
things
bullshit.
right. Take a look at that guy's bank account.
We must kill
Yeah.
the Jews. That's what he sounds. I mean, that's just what he
Oh.
sounds like.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What?
They did
That's-
have that
that's-
accent.
He had that accent.
I do
does
want to
have
see
that
his, I
accent.
do want to see his pendant analyzed by Wes. Like, we need a
So
close-up of
here's
that.
the wide
Oh,
shot
that's
of him
so
and his
racist.
pendant.
Oh,
Look at the
that.
fucking throne he's at.
He looks like
Oh.
a grand
There's a
wizard
sun.
or something.
Look
you
at
know what I mean?
there's a cross on top of a bull's head on
It's
a sun.
satanic.
That's so satanic.
Yeah,
That's where he's giving. That's where he's got the bolo tie.
His
seal
outfit is low
on his
key
neck.
rapey, actually. Like
It's
Oh, it's
bad.
so
What does
crazy.
it say? Scientia, Imaginia. What does it say on there? Like, there's
Oh,
podium.
Mark,
On his
don't say all the words.
on his
rather
podium.
not.
Yeah, put the podium back up.
Definitely don't say them backwards.
Civ, S-I-V.
It's Latin.
Yeah, but look at it's like science is
Yeah.
virus is what it says. I think there's
Mhm.
virtuous. Science
There you
is
go.
virtuous. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yikes.
that's what
yeah.
he calls his dick. Science.
More on Klaus Schwab for sure. If we don't all get killed in our sleep tonight, and that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Thank you for listening. As always, we love each and every one of you in the Hardo Hive. Couldn't do it without you. But most importantly, you get out there and have yourself a great fucking day.